$5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farrakhan is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings. Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in the other? What then is the reward of such among you as do this but disgrace in the life of this world, and on the day of resurrection they shall be sent back to the most grievous chastisement? And Allah is not heedless of what you do. 86 These are they who buy the life of this world for the hereafter, so their chastisement shall not be lightened, nor shall they be helped.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Presentation is critique of the so-called fourth class today. When it was off the page, right? You thought they couldn't get any worse. They went all out today. So it's going to be a short presentation. I'm going to try to keep it short. Just got to sit and watch that crap for 2 hours. And then I recorded and I took some snapshots. And this is going to be a critique. So it took me a couple of hours just to go through it again to get snapshots of things. So it's kind of rough, but I think you'll get the picture. Right? I don't want to spend 5-10 hours on this. I took snapshots, you get the picture. I mean, if you want to get the picture. I mean, if you got your head up Farrakhan's behind and that's where you like it, keep it there. If you're comfortable with it there, be there. If that stuff tastes like honey, go for it. Right? We ain't trying to pull your head out. You look for those, right? And still got their eyes open looking for the light. We got the light for you. If you got your eyes open, you looking for the light, but you until over there is total darkness. You got your eyes open looking for the light, we got the light for you. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. You for the fire. That clown on the top right here, did he go overboard? That boy is a serial liar. And we're going to show it. I mean, he's sick. All of them are sick. Serial liar. All of them. You see how desperate they are over there. You're going to say, I mean, if you like your eyes open for light, you might get blinded because this light is very bright. I tell you, ooh. When it says she's about to crawl up the wall, I said, man, I got to watch this shit. It's part of my job. I got to, because he's my main target. Right? Trying to get him out the way so that people get this light so get the hell out of here. Just let's see what happens here. Okay, I got a couple of things I'm going to play first and then we'll get to it.
Section 1, Fundamental Principles of Islam. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. 1. I, Allah, am the best knower. 2. This book, there is no doubt in it, is a guide to those who keep their duty. 3. Who believe in the unseen and keep up prayer and spend out of what we have given them. 4. And who believe in that which has been revealed to thee and that which was revealed before thee, and of the hereafter they are sure.
This is the Quran, brothers and sisters. And this is Allah speaking. I am Allah the best knower. He said you got to believe in the Quran and the Bible. Revealed to you and before you. So if you don't, so they saying other than what. So I guess God's a liar here. Because he said, I'm the best knower. I'm lying. I'm the best knower. Apparently they know more than he does. So I guess God doesn't know what he's talking about.
$174. Those who conceal aught of the book that Allah has revealed and take for it a small price, they eat nothing but fire into their bellies, and Allah will not speak to them on the day of resurrection, nor will he purify them, and for them is a painful chastisement. 175. Those are they who buy error for guidance and chastisement for forgiveness, how bold they are to challenge the fire. 176 That is because Allah has revealed the book with truth. And surely those who disagree about the book go far in opposition.
They do open all the time, brothers and sisters. They don't talk about the Messenger covenant. They don't talk about the covenant itself. After 40 years, we return home to Arabia. It's right there. They speak the first part of it, so it's not like they don't know it's there. Because they say the first few verses, and they don't say that. They talk about Malachi, Elijah. He's eternal leader of nation Islam. No, he's not. That's not what it says. It says the Messenger covenant would succeed him. But they don't never mention, never mention Joshua either. You ever heard him mention Joshua? Joshua comes after Aaron. You want to take it? Why don't mention those people? They're right there. One brothers and sisters. This is sick here. It's sick here. I have a hard time listening to this. I may disappear on this one.
I gotta do this. Do you mind? Yes, I'm gonna do something. I don't want to put my brother on the spot. See, this is this. This is something else. Love and faith transcends color. And the reason why we embrace Father Flagler as a brother is because we find him on the battlefield of justice, being a true disciple of Jesus. And the last thing I'll say is you'll never call us racist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because this day that we honor,
yes, sir,
Master Fard Muhammad, if you see an image of him, put his image up.
Yes, sir.
That's the man whose father was a black man and his mother a Caucasian. And how many of us have a parent that's a Caucasian or grandparent? It's not about color. It's about our submission to the will of God. And in that we find common ground and unity. So I'm only one shade lighter than you, so. And Mustafa may be 4 more shades lighter. We a family.
Yes, sir.
Let's stay a family and be a family and love each other as God would have us to love each other. We love you, Father. Happy Savior's Day. Thank you. I had to do that. We love you. Go ahead.
One more time, brother.
They're shitting Master Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad teachings. Shitting on it. You know, any true believer, that's like going to Kaaba, they have a pork barbecue right inside of it. That's what it's like to me. Because that goes against everything Elijah. I was with Elijah from 775. I read all the materials. Right? I have printed some of them because I was a foreman at night foreman in Muhammad Speak newspaper. I was there until he departed. And he would cut this asshole's throat. He might call son his son. If Elijah Muhammad saw that, he would cut his throat. And I had no doubt about it. That's some sick shit right there. Brother, Flair, all this bullshit. You got devils in FOI uniforms and devils in MGT. You gonna tell me they represent Elijah Muhammad, Master Muhammad? You tell me Farrakhan? Okay. We'll see.
Three. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. 5 And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold, therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. 6 And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
That's spirit of Messiah. That sounds like Farrakhan's spirit. That's spirit of Messiah. Right? The true Messiah, Joshua. But in previous, I'm not get that there, like I'm trying to keep it short. Right? It says he had to go by himself. He had powers to help him, but he said, Son of Man, he said he had to go by himself. He couldn't get anybody to help him. No, nothing competent to help him. No, my with you has my help us different things. The Quran talks about that. It says a man has two servants. One take care of business, one get in trouble everywhere he goes, just cause all kinds of problems. It says they're two alike. He said he couldn't find anybody that was competent because he won't take anything less than 100%. I was going to talk about that today, so I'll talk about that tomorrow. Right? I'm trying to show. So everybody got the same amount of energy, right? So it takes energy to have that car, have children, to control how children, have a spouse, have a job, all these different things, right? But those are the anchors to this world. Right? But you can't hold on to this. You can't stay on one side of the fence and try to get to the other side. You can't stay on the first floor and get to the second. You got to get up to the first floor. They don't want to do that. Oh, I mean, that's where it took. Because if it takes, say it takes 1,000 units of energy to move to the second floor. Right? You know, you guys 1,000, and your 1,000 investing all the stuff around you. You got to get it up to get there if you want to get there. But you got to one or the other. That's what I had to do. I put this first, and that's why I said, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first. And all things be added to you. What? Kingdom of heaven be added to you. They clean this world's life. They don't want to lose it. Take a chance. And so they stay on the first floor. It's like, you know what? People they stand on land and then what happened? They got to get drowned. What it says, I'll lift you up and clean to the earth. How much energy does it take? And nobody was willing to make that investment but the Lamb. They oh man, I might lose this, man, I might be homeless. I have been homeless. I've been in prison. I mean, not in prison, I've been in jail. I've been on trial, I've been everything. Divorced, you name it. Fugitive from the military. You name it, because I put this first. So he said a person goes to the gym and he come out to look like the Hulk. They didn't go in there and scratch their ass and it happened. They made a lot of sacrifices. They got that, they have to give up something else. And the time we're right now, that's what it takes. You can't hold on to both. They can't do that. As soon as they start, oh, this is in trouble, they stop. Okay, they hold on to it. It's one of our sisters. Peak. Okay, let's read. I'm gonna play a couple of things in. Right? Then I'll talk about them.
In essence, But he said it is referring to a new spiritual order, and it is referring to a new political order. And whenever you have a period of transition between an old world and a new world, in scriptural terms, they call it the day of judgment. In the book, Our Savior Has Arrived, also written by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said in chapter 27 on page 150, do not look for the judgment to come.
Right.
You are in the judgment now. The day of judgment means years, the years of judgment. The day referred to does not mean a 24-hour day. The Holy Quran refers to the judgment as the days of Allah.
Right.
So when we hear some of our brothers in the church, the pastors and the reverends, who talk about the judgment, which by the way is not many of them, but for those that do talk about the judgment, they usually teach it and refer to it as coming soon. But we believe that we are in present tense living in the days of judgment. All praises are due to Allah. Well, how can we know if this is actually the time and the day of judgment? One of the things that Allah does when He is about to render judgment is that He begins to separate the people. He puts the people into two different groups. So the time of judgment, or the day of judgment, is also the time and day of separation. And in both the Bible and the Holy Quran, we can see Allah separating. Look at what He says in the Holy Quran 8:37. Quote, that Allah may separate the wicked from the good, and put the wicked one upon another, then heap them together, then cast them into hell. These indeed are the losers. But notice, before God can execute and cast them into hell, He first must do what? Separate. The Bible says the same thing in the parable of the sheep and the goats. And in Matthew 25 verses 31 through 33, it says, when the Son of Man shall come in His glory, and all the holy angels with Him, then shall He sit upon the throne of His glory, and before Him shall be gathered all nations, and He shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from his goats. And He shall set the sheep on His right hand, but the goats on the left. Well, God, why are You separating the wicked from the good? Why are You separating the sheep from the goats? It is because whenever Allah intends to bring in a new world, the progenitors and the sustainers of the old world and the old mind must be destroyed. I'm going to say that again. I don't think y'all caught that. Whenever Allah intends to bring in a new world, the progenitors and the sustainers of the old world and the old mind, they must be destroyed. And God, being a just God, He separates the innocent from the guilty, so that the innocent don't get caught up in the punishment that is intended for the wicked. Well, how will God separate the righteous from the unrighteous? Will it be like the movie War of the Worlds, where the sky opens up and a sound is heard and a trumpet is blown, and all of a sudden the people, like robots, begin
Okay, bro, that's enough of that. Okay, I'm gonna show you next, right? I'll show you the shit show here. Watch what's next. Okay, watch this. This is Exodus now. They agree Exodus is not history. God came to Elijah, Moses, right? Moses requested Aaron. God was against it. He didn't know it. It was against it. That's what it says. He got angry with Moses for even asking for him. He said, okay, you insist. Then Aaron runs it after Moses' departure for about 40 years. Right? He leads the people astray, turns away. Read Exodus now. Because they stopped right there at Aaron. They stopped at the point where Aaron and Moses was together. They don't read after that. Why they stop right there? They read right to the part where Moses and Aaron was together. And that part where Elijah departs, they don't speak the rest of that. Remember? Bleeding part, book the other? They don't talk about what Aaron did after Moses left. They don't talk about that. And they never speak about Joshua. Never. It's right there. So let's see what it says right here. I'm a separation, right? And it came to pass it came to pass as soon as he came nigh to the camp. Now remember, Moses comes down, he goes to Aaron's camp. He's going to Aaron's camp, right? Then he saw the calf and the dancing, which Aaron had them doing. Now, I'm not going to explain who the golden calf, all the stuff is. Well, I can't. I mean, it's actually Sunniism, but let's move on. And then Moses' anger waxed hot. So he got angry at Aaron. And he cast his table out of his hand and raised it beneath the mount. And he took the calf which they had made and burned the fire and ground it to powder and strode it upon the water, made children of Israel drink of it. So that means, so this is really Islam, because they say that's their history, right? And Moses said to Aaron, Elijah says to Farrakhan, what did the people do unto thee that thou hast brought a great sin upon them? See, because he blamed Aaron for what happened. But what did Aaron say? Aaron said, let not in anger my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people, they are set on mischief. No, he blamed the people. He's a fucking coward, right? For they said, man, he's a leader, but it's people's problem. They did it. They made him do it. They made me do it, right? For they said unto me, well, you supposed to be the leader? You claim you're the leader, right? You're the Messiah. And they said to me, make our gods which shall go for us, for Moses, what Elijah, that man, we know what has become of him. And I said unto them, this is Aaron, whoever shall have any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me, and I cast it in the fire. They came out of this calf. Most such people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked and ashamed among their enemies. He'll tell you, made NOI ashamed. They got those in there. Those were NOI uniforms, MGU dresses, and carrying on. And nobody, the laughing stock of it, Scientology and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but let's see what happens to my separation. Let's see what happens here. And then said to them, thus said the Lord God of Israel, put a man his sword aside and go and out and get. Wait a minute, I missed something here. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I missed something here. Oh boy, hold on. Hold on for a minute. I missed something. Haste makes waste. Oh boy, I can't believe I did that. All right. It's going to be a rough ride here. I see it now. Rough ride. I'm not going to find it. Hold on. Brothers and sisters. Oh boy. Where is that? Mm-mm. I know I put that. I'm not. I'm not gonna blame anybody. Not gonna blame anybody. Yeah, where's it? Why I get lost? Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, it's right here. Can't leave this out, brothers and sisters. Main point. Okay. Okay, right here, brothers and sisters. When Joshua heard the noise of the people, they shouted and said to Moses, "There's a noise of war in the camp." This is Moses when he goes into Aaron's camp. Remember, Moses comes down. Aaron's in charge, right? And he said to them, "It is not the voice of them that shout for victory, nor is the voice of them that cry for being of defeat." In other words, if you understand, Angel, this is talking about this time of war. What's going on right? What's happening over the Middle East right now? It's time of victory. It's not a time of victory. It's a time of war, but victory is not the voice of them that shout for victory. Neither the voice of them, right? So it's voice of war, but not victory or defeat. So the war is going on, and this war is still going over there. So some pause. So it's going to happen during this time while it's going over there. This put your time frame, right? Okay. Then Moses stood at the gate of the camp. Remember, this is Aaron's camp. Aaron's in charge. And it said, "Who's on the Lord's side? Who's the Lord?" Remember, if you read the message of covenant, Joshua's the Lord. "Let him come unto me." And the sons of Levi gather themselves unto him. So in other words, that's the separation that he's talking about. That's the separation. That's separation right there. Because it, right? He said everybody said just the son of Levi. Then what happens to the ones that stays with Aaron? Remember? What's the one that stayed with Aaron? He said to them, "Thus saith the Lord, put every man his sword aside and go in from the gate throughout the camp and slay every man of his brother, and every man is compared of his man's neighbor." That's separation. Now tell me I'm wrong there. See, he separates those people out of there, right? Because it says there was a group in there that wasn't really with Aaron, right? It said they were seeking the message of the covenant. So they said he was suddenly coming to Elijah's temple. So they were sitting there, but they was there because that's what they expected him to come. They were seeking him. So that's why he was there. But what it says, those with the Lord, so that was with Aaron. Because they left them. So Aaron couldn't have been the Lord. So that means it really wasn't Aaron, wasn't they? They was just there. And he separated out. And then what they do? They told him to go and wipe out the rest of them. Aaron and his people. That's separation. You see? That fool, he talking about his own separation. That's the separation he's talking about. See? Because they got the demons and the saints mixed in together. Farrakhan is the chief demon legion. Read Mark. Louis Eugene grounds NOI backwards. That's him. You want to argue about the grounds where he can hell with him. Louis Eugene grounds NOI backwards. And he says, "We are many." That's separation right there. I got more, brothers and sisters. I tell you, it's a rough ride for some of you. Let's look at Farrakhan. Look at this one.
Mr. Louis Farrakhan was given his name by his teeth.
This will really get you. You better hold on to yourself, brothers. You might need a depends. After this one, you might need a depends on this one. After this one, I'm telling you. Hold on. You might need a depends. You might need me depends on this one because I need three. I need three of them. This one. Ooh.
Louis Farrakhan was given his name by his teacher. He asked his teacher, "Dear Holy Apostle, what does this name mean?" And his teacher said that it was one of the modern, up-to-date names of God, and he had the meaning of it in a drawer upstairs. Did y'all hear his teacher? But suffice it to say, he didn't tell him the meaning of his name. But I find it interesting that when you look up the word Farrakhan, the 25th chapter of this book called the Holy Quran, which means the separation, according to AI, not according to the Muslims, not according to the ones who eat bean pie and read the final call, according to AI, which we have no control over it, it says the Arabic name Farrakhan is derived from Farrakhan, which means the criterion, or that which distinguishes. This term refers to the ability to discern truth from falsehood, a concept closely associated with divine revelation, or the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. All praises I do to Allah.
3. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. Shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
Louis Farrakhan was given his name by his teacher. He asked his teacher, "Dear Holy Apostle, what does this name mean?" And
Just yeah, I was going to say about, but because you get the wrong idea. This right here, you Google it. This he showed. Uh-oh. Hold on, here we go. I said I had some issues, but I was just going to put it together. Give me a second here. Okay, when you Google this, bro, says you see this, you get this. What do you Google? The name Farrakhan, an Arabic word meaning the criterion. It was adopted by Louis Farrakhan, replaced his surname with name as a holy name signed by Elijah Muhammad, according to Wikipedia. And he's saying this is what AI says. So it ain't us. See, in other words, AI knows more than Elijah does. He knows more than Farrakhan does too. If you think, if you take from that point of view, check AI, no more than God. Just check AI. Check what does that say. Really? Okay. But anyway, just go with that. Just go with that one, right? And the word Farrakhan, or word Arabic term that comes from the root word for it to be separate or distinguished in Islamic tradition, versus standard criterion used to distinguish truth from falsehood. Now you say, AI said that, see? It must be true if AI said it. But this is I'm gonna have to show you this, brother. I told my wife, no, I ain't gonna do it. I told my wife, boy, we were, I tell her, I'm gonna do this presentation, I'm gonna have to get some depends or something, but man, I ain't gonna, it's hard to hold your bowels on this one. I'm telling you, watch this. See, he said, this AI said this, right? Okay, now I went and checked and see where AI got it from. I went and checked and see where AI got it from, right? He said, AI, it's AI. Go look where AI got it from. Okay, where did AI get the definition of the name Farrakhan from? AI gets that from name Farrakhan from historical records and linguistic sources which explain its Arabic origin and connection to the Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. The guy from Nation of Islam. The guy from their definition. The fucking shit. I tell you, bro, you need depends with this shit. That was a shit show today. The guy from there, we got it from AI got it. And where did AI get it from? It goes and checks all the data out there, and that's what Farrakhan says. So they put it out there. But Farrakhan just said where they got it from. They got it themselves. You see? I tell you, I apologize if you got the runs on that one, because I tell you, boy, oof. I told my wife, man, if I listen more, this is go give me some depends, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to handle it. Where's they got it from? They got me shit. Farrakhan they made up. This ain't something AI just figured out on his own. They said he went and got from right from historical records. What historical records from their website? Oh boy. They desperate over there, boy. They grab much longer. Painful chastisement. Oh boy. Boy, I said, hey, let me hurry up. I'm gonna get them depends on how you're gonna make it. I said, you better hurry up, get them. I need to stop right here, bro. Sis, 'cause I'm telling you. Let's go on, bro. There's gonna be a rough ride here. Oh boy. Sound they try to pour us in heaven. Okay, well, I wasn't gonna talk about this, bro, since I've been kind of keeping on low lately. If anybody that's been around with the angel knows I talked about this a while back. Silence in heaven. They ain't gonna low lately. Right? I don't want to reveal certain because I know they make certain moves, they paying attention to this here. So since they mentioned it, I might as well say what it really means. It's not like I'm making it up, because I got it out there. There be this pause in heaven. It's going on right now, before the sixth seal blows, and we right after they take down Syria. It's out there. Like I said, right now I'm trying to be. I got because when that see what they're doing right now, they're trying to beat the prophecy because they're aware of it. That's where they went and jumped the gun. I'm not. Let me don't say too much here. But the problem is that they're so stupid that by jumping the gun, they actually guarantee the prophecy. I'm gonna leave it there on that one. Oh boy. I'm still on that one. The last one. Yeah. Mm-mm.
According to AI, listen to this. They said the statement, there was a silence in heaven for about half an hour, comes from the book of Revelation in the Bible, specifically Revelation chapter 8, verse 1, and describes a moment of profound stillness. In heaven, statement, there was a silence in heaven for about half an hour, comes from the book of Revelation in the Bible, specifically Revelation chapter 8, verse 1, and describes a moment of profound stillness. In heaven, after the Lamb, Jesus, breaks the seventh and final seal of a scroll. This silence is widely interpreted as a solemn pause and a moment of awe, reverence, and anticipation for the powerful divine judgments and events about to unfold, acting as the calm before the storm of the trumpet judgments. So we are at that time, brothers and sisters. We know that our minister was promised by his teacher that he had one more thing to do. And once that one more thing was complete, he would be permitted to see his teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, face to face. Now, you can call us crazy if you want to, but in just a few days, you will run across everything that we shared with you this morning. Previous generations had to wait years and decades, but this current generation only stay alive for a couple of days, and you will run across everything that was shared. Our only salvation is to fly into the bosom of Allah, connect yourself with Him and His messenger, or suffer the consequences. May Allah bless us with the light of understanding.
Okay, brothers and sisters. AI again, right? Okay. I'm not going to break this. I got to explain this in detail. See, I didn't want to mention those that, so I kind of like played off like I wasn't expecting it. But anybody that's paying attention to Angel the last few years know I've talked about this specifically. If it's silence, that's the pause what's going on right now. And it says right here, if you go in there, you open the seventh seal occurs, silence in heaven, that's half an hour. So I talk about that. So that's what he's talking about. That's where he got it from. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Now he says, when the G's broke, who's the G's he's talking about? Farrakhan ain't broke any seals. He broke a lot of wind. He can't even break wind anymore because he's pissing shit in the bag. So I don't know who's that. Bring that one. See, okay, this is seals. Now I'm gonna go this quickly, and I'm not gonna be finished this today. I see it right now, brothers and sisters. When I saw open this, I'll finish it probably tomorrow. When he opened up the seal 7 seal, well, when he opened the first one, I heard something. Right? Think about that. I heard something. Right? Okay. When he opened the second seal, I heard something. The third seal, I heard something. The fourth seal, I heard something. Got that? Fourth seal, he heard something. Every time I heard something. Okay, let's go on here. You open that fifth seal, he hear nothing. Sixth seal, he hear nothing. So it's between the fifth and sixth seal, that's the silence. And what's the fifth seal? If you read the fifth seal here, that's talking about these two witnesses. One was attacking, that second was under attack, right? And it won't happen until they take out the second one. Well, the first one attack was The two witnesses are Shia, the Shia, Iran and Syria. He said they couldn't do anything until Syria was attacked like they were, because they was on attack 8 years. I said, that's right. That's what I'm saying. I said, and after Syria take out, then there'll be a silence, and after the silence, what happens? That's when the sixth seal. That's when hell breaks loose. All right, that's the silence. So I wasn't going to speak on that, but they said I might as well say what it really means. That's the pause you have right now. I played off like, oh, I wasn't expecting the pause. I played off because we getting right now technical. They watching, they trying to figure out way around it, and our people's lives are at stake. So I'll be very careful what I say. But I spoke to this specifically, and you can go out and find the presentations out there. In fact, I think it actually says silence. Last year, silence. And then sixth seal breaks. Sixth seal break. That's when they attack us, because it says that's when if you understand, that's the earthquake and talking about the shaking, and it says sackcloth of hair and the moon, and it says the star of heaven and the fig tree is throwing unripe figs of it like wind being shaken. That's you understand. There's your key. That's when they attack us. There it is, right there. So he forced my hand on that one. I wouldn't speak on that one until I said any day now it's going to happen. Okay? But now they tell me, oh, watch anything, it's going to happen. Yeah, this shit going to happen in a minute, but it's going to happen against them. He's speaking against himself. They didn't want to be separated out. They didn't want to be cast into hell. Every one of them. But this is the pause right now. Because there was a pause. It says right there. Or anybody that's been paying attention to Angel, no, that's exactly what I said. There it is right there. Nothing. Heard something, but then between here and the 56th seal, 6 seals when hell breaks loose. So there'll be a pause just before that. Here's the pause. In heaven, they forced my hand on that one. So move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, he's claiming that Farrakhan's alive and well. It's a damn lie. And then where he says his mind is sharp as it could be. Yeah, listen what people say. He says his mind was sharp as it could be. So if you're retarded, right, how your mind could be sharp as a retarded person could be. If you got Alzheimer's, your mind is as sharp as an Alzheimer's person would be. That's what you say. I'm always was sharp as an Alzheimer's person. Or if you're really old, his mind is sharp as 100 to the old person, right? You're qualified. If he's just sharp, he says mind is sharp, but sharp as it could be. Because the man is dribbling. He can barely talk.
And that God has raised for us, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, we would see that the time is fast approaching. How so? Well, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, listen very carefully, came into the Nation of Islam in 1955. And in the book of Daniel, that same prophet who had a vision of a great war, in the 9th chapter, it talks about how there was a time period to when this figure who serves the function of the Messiah would be cut off. In the book of Daniel, it says 69 years not to exceed 70. Did y'all hear me? And when we count up from the minister entering the Nation of Islam in 1955, and we go forward 69 years, it takes us to the date of 2024. And at at Savior's Day 2024, that was the last time that we heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speak publicly. The people have not heard from him. And many have wondered. Some even texted my phone. Is the minister okay? Is he sick? Is he still alive? He is alive and well. And his mind is as sharp as it can be. But as after Savior's Day of 2024, praise be to Allah. But after Savior's Day of 2024, 69 years into his work, that the prophet Daniel said would not exceed 70, he said that and that God has raised for us the
They more, brothers and sisters. That's bullshit. First of all, it does say no 69. Here I go. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Well, I guess I can go with this. It doesn't mean that. I'm not going to try to break this down completely, brothers and sisters. It doesn't mean at all. It doesn't mean at all. Right? See? And that, my remember said he's lies. It could be. He ain't been around since over a year. And if you go back and look at my presentation, a month before, I said he wouldn't be around. He's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I got the whole thing. It's a breaking news. You haven't heard from him since. The presentation out there, but they lying. He's not competent. He can't even wipe his own ass right now. See? He said God told him to shut up. Well, God told him not to take any videos. And God told him to shut up, like he says. Remember, they're supposed to be speaking for Farrakhan. So if he told him to shut up, they should be talking either, right? Because I mean, if they talk for him, he's got to talk to them, right? But if he told him to shut up, he should be talking to them. So they shouldn't have nothing to say, right? It's bullshit. God ain't told him a goddamn thing. So God speak to him in anger. Like he spoke to him and says, okay, your ass is cursed. I'll put cancer on your ass. At 55, think about that. You're 55 years old, got cancer, and they blow your ass up, castrate your ass. And they pissing shit in the bag at 55. But you're the Messiah? And then you're going to tell me nothing happened without the will of Allah. So Allah will for you to have that? Because he can't cure you from that. You can't be cured from that. You see what I'm saying? Because you're robbing the nation. 55. Curse your ass. Look. It doesn't mean at all. I'm not going to, maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow, but it's not talking about that. What it's talking about, actually, it's talking about, right? Master Muhammad to Elijah, right? He said 3 or 4 years, but remember, he's with Master Muhammad for more than 3.4 years. He was with him for what, about a year or so before he started teaching them. You understand? He didn't start teaching right away. And then for 4, well, maybe. Let me see what I got here. I don't want to go into this. In fact, I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to try to explain this, brothers. Anyway, Elijah's the one that's cut off. And remember, he says the one that, what's the word he used? The one that's acting as the Messiah or something like that. Wait, hold it. I thought Farrakhan was the Messiah. They used the word acting like the Messiah or something like that. I forget. I don't know. That's not what it means. That mean at all. Right? And then the prince that will come, he would destroy everything that Elijah built. See, that's what it's talking about. And that will go on to desolation. Let's see if I got here. If I got something from that here, Bronson. I'm gonna have to close out. No, I don't have it. I don't have it here. Okay, maybe I have it here. Maybe I do. Yeah, 70 weeks to term upon that people, right? Man, she got to break that down. 72, you remember 70 weeks times 7, right? Then you got Daniel's very, it's very complicated to break these numbers down, right? You got to figure out what they're really talking about, right? And associate it, right? But 70 weeks, well, let me just move on. Anyway, it all goes down here talking about, and the prince that will come will destroy everything. This will continue up until to the desolation, what they talk about right now. So wherever this prince will come, he will come, and he would continue until the abomination, desolation. So that prince will be in charge right now up to this time. He would destroy everything that the Messiah that was cut off, right? That was Elijah. He would came and destroy everything Elijah did until the desolation. So I'm gonna leave it there, bro. I think I'm maybe something this week going to break this down clearly, but I'm getting basic. But it ain't what he's saying, and then do it right. Because right now, if you say the bomb of desolation is what's going on right now, I've been telling you that for years. I told you before it came about. I got a presentation I did about 4 years ago, telling the abomination desolation, where it's going to be, when it's going to be. Right? That's what's going on right now. It's been going on. Because if you look up abomination, right? It's talking about it's a uprising and put down great cruelty, whatever. That's what's going on over there right now. He didn't see it coming. That's another thing. See, Farrakhan supposed to be this prophet, right? But he always saying things after it happened, like COVID. Oh, 7 months later, you know all about it. Then he claims, how come you saying about doing so-called safety? Oh, nobody knew about it till March. That's bullshit. Everybody knew about it in January. Hit January. So how come you didn't know? How come you know anything about it? And plus, you say, well, if you come out of this religion and name all kinds of stuff, the place wouldn't mess with you. Then why are you walking around with a fucking mask on? Anyway, that's what we're talking about. Maybe later we gotta go ahead and break it down clearly, right? That's what it's talking about. It had nothing to do with this bullshit they talking about. I'm gonna do a couple more bells and I'm gonna close. I got another 2 hours, so I can't do all this. Yeah, this is that 7-week stuff again. So this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen soon. What he's doing is kind of give another explanation, because they're in trouble. They're trying to give a different explanation of what I talk about. This stuff I've been talking about all week. And War Armageddon is not the universal war. It's not World War. Well, it's not World War III. Armageddon is a European war. The apocalypse is an old general war. But they don't, whatever.
Unemployed and fired from their job. All of a sudden, the masses of the people wanted to be down with the Nation of Islam. So they started calling. They started asking for exemption letters. They weren't registered. They didn't have no ID number, but they wanted the help of the Nation of Islam. But I wonder, if they knew the place to come in a time of emergency, why didn't they jump in before the emergency? So in a time of trouble that's coming on our planet and really is already here, why wait till the troubled time to get the knowledge and fall into the ranks of the Nation of Islam? And why not just go there? Accept your own. Be yourself. Register in the Nation of Islam, and you'll be in the know
More bullshit. First of all, why are you waiting now to talk about it? We even talking about it, right? We don't want. I don't want to see America hurt. I want to see America destroyed. How you gonna make America great? So why didn't you wait to just now talk about it? I've been talking about it for years. I've done a lot for the last 3 weeks. I mean, what years actually, but really intense the last few months. So why you just, if you knew about it, why are you just not talking about it? See, somebody got to explain to Farrakhan that prophecy means before it happens, not afterwards. What Armageddon? Remember that one? What happened to that one? Remember? Oh, why has got a war of Armageddon? Remember, we got a whole presentation of that war of Armageddon that started, what, 2-3 years ago? And he never said anything about a war in the Middle East. That's another lie they're going to tell. I'm not going to get to it all today, brothers and sisters. I spent 2 hours watching this. I put 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours putting this together. So a whole lot more clips. So I'll pick up later on today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow.
Unemployed and fired from their job. All of a sudden,
I'm going to bypass this one, brothers and sisters, so I'm going to get to another one.
book, the fall of America. All praises I do to Allah. Take it or let it alone. But the final leg of this war of Armageddon is when the government becomes so infuriated that they actively come to attack and kill black people, black youth in particular, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and the Nation of Islam. And when that happens, these wheels will go into action. They will no longer cloak themselves in clouds. They will no longer position themselves as if they are stars. They will be clearly seen over the major cities of America. All praises I do to Allah. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in his lecture series, The Theology of Time, on July 2nd, 1972, he said, but I say to you, brothers and sisters, on that day, when that plane is seen in the sky over America, make haste and run to some place. Listen to what he says next. There'll be 2 scientists on every 2 blocks, and they'll be guiding you, telling you where to go. Everything has been prepared while we were sleeping to save us. All praises I do to Allah. All praises I do to Allah. And we are taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that these scientists that will be found in pairs of 2 and seen on every 2 blocks, they will ask the people a question. And depending upon the answer that you give, they will send you to one side, or if you give an unsatisfactory answer, they will send you to the other side. See, that's the separation that we told you comes in the day of judgment, where Allah must separate the innocent from the guilty, the righteous from the unrighteous, and those who answered the question properly. They will be taken to protective zones that exist in various places across our planet. And those who answer improperly will be caught up in the destruction that will go down. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that these wheels have bombs and poisonous gas on them. That when they drop their bombs, it drills down a mile deep into the earth and shoots up a mountain a mile high. And when it detonates, it releases a poisonous gas for a 50-mile radius.
Right.
So for all of you who thought you were smart, there is no outthinking and outsmarting Allah in the destruction of this world.
Right.
I know some of you, man, I could build a bunker.
Okay, we're going to move on now, brothers and sisters. Okay, first of all, you can't get a story straight. Remember earlier, Farrakhan going to separate us. But now these two scientists going to do it, so make up your mind. Right? See? Farrakhan going to separate. Remember earlier, the separation? Now the two scientists going to do it. But now, see, I need to go to the whole thing, put it in sequence right here. He says it's going to earthquake, going to destroy the cities. Okay, well, how you gonna have two signs every block? I mean, how many blocks are in the city? I mean, you know what I mean? How many blocks there on even a small city? Thousands of blocks. You have thousands of scientists all over the blocks. And then, remember, but these blocks can't be torn down. People got to be walking along these blocks. Elijah Muhammad had that wrong. See, I ain't taking it away from him, but he didn't break the seals. He didn't let he can get it all right. That was his idea. But it's wrong. Nothing like that gonna happen. See, but listen. He says, and they'll be told you to go to some place on the planet. Number not in America, but we ain't going nowhere. See, did you catch that one? Somewhere on the planet, somewhere safe on the planet. See, because you ain't gonna be safe in America because gas. What, 50,000 miles or whatever he said? But no, we ain't going nowhere. Man, we ain't going nowhere. But now, we're going somewhere. No, Farrakhan ain't separated because your scientists going to do it. And people, the cities are broken now, but people, they're walking around nonchalant, right? Shit don't make no goddamn sense to do it. I tell you, you finish this, you're going to need some depends, brothers and sisters. You're going to need it. It's hard to hold your bowels on this one. This shit is so funky. I'm going to get to the main one close. Ooh.
Like Pharaoh. But could you then in the what does this term
Okay, it's no I'm going to get to, brothers and sisters, them close. Let's go play a couple of things here first, brothers and sisters. Then you'll see what I'm talking about.
during the presidency of George Bush the son? We know that the tragedy of 9/11 happened in 2001. And just 10 days after the tragedy, look what took place. There was a general by the name of Wesley Clark. And in 2007, General Wesley Clark exposed what happened in 2001 during an interview with Amy Goodman on the show Democracy Now!
That's right.
And he said, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. Quote, we've made the decision, we're going to war with Iraq. This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, we're going to war with Iraq. Why? He said, I don't know. He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. So I said, well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda? He said, no. He says there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists. But we've got a good military, and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. Then he said, so I came back to see him a few weeks later. And by that time, we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, quote, oh, it's worse than that. He reached over on his desk. He picked up a piece of paper and he said, I just got this down from upstairs. Meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today. And he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me. And I saw him a year or so ago, and I said, do you remember that? He said, sir, I didn't show you that memo. I didn't show it to you. So all of that to say, what again? That even, what was that, 20 years after the minister's experience, it was still unfolding and being carried out in present time. So I gotta take us very briefly back to what the scriptures of Deuteronomy said about a man of God. They said, if he is a prophet, what he says is from his Lord will come to pass. But if what he says does not come to pass, he has spoken presumptuously. You can do away with him. So the question we posed to you this morning, did what was revealed to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan come to pass? And is it still coming to pass in 2025? During the presidency of George Bush the son, we know that the tragedy of 9/11 happened in 2001. And just 10 days after the tragedy, look what took place. There was a
I'm gonna cut to the chase here, bro. Sisters, I might have Scott out of order here. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna have this a little out of order, brothers and sisters, but what he's gonna tell you is that Farrakhan had this vision, 1985, I believe it was, in Mexico or something, right? He was on a plane or something, right? I think I might have, right? And he was told to go and tell that America was going to war with the Muslims, somebody out there, and tell me God from Elijah Muhammad. They claim this happened in 1985. Keep these dates in mind. 1985, right? But then, if you listen carefully, he didn't had a press conference in 1989, 4 years later. 4 years later. And then they tell you, I think in 1980, you got, we'll see if we find her. You can't make this shit up, brothers and sisters. So let's see if I got it mixed up a little bit here, so let's see if it works out.
All praises I do to Allah. I appreciate it, but let me prove the point real quick. Did you know that in February of 1987, the Atlanta Journal and the Atlanta Constitution published an article confirming that in early September of 1985, President Reagan had met with his Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a war. Did y'all hear that?
Now remember, he's saying this 1987, they published this article. Right? 1987. Farrakhan supposed he had this vision 1985. Right? But he didn't say anything. They published this in 1987. Keep this in mind now. Farrakhan had the vision 1985. He's told to go and get his conference. Now watch when he gives the conference. He didn't say anything to it until he gets his conference in 1989. Right? He said he got this vision in 1985. He didn't say anything back then. Right? And this is keep these dates in mind now. This is 1987. He just said that, right? When they published, was made public. Okay? Keep that in mind.
This is what was told to the minister on September 17th, 1985. And
get that? He just said it. This was the minister. He was told this by, he said, from Elijah in 1985. And this was published, made public in 1987. Now, when did Farrakhan, remember he got his information in 1985, then when is he going to speak on it? Did I say it again? 1985, he said that's what he just said. 1985 is when he got his information, so he said he got from Elijah Muhammad. He was told to go give a press conference, right? 1987, they confirmed something happened in 1985. Farrakhan hasn't spoken on it yet, though. So where's he getting information from? It's from here. Because he haven't spoken on it. Listen.
it was kept hush-hush. It was kept a secret. But 2 years after it occurred in 1987, now the newspapers are coming out saying, oh, it did happen in early September 1985. Now, how could the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan know that this meeting took place? Maybe we're a little ignorant of politics. All praises I do to Allah. I appreciate it, but let me prove the point real quick. Did you know that in February of 1987, the Atlanta Journal and the Atlanta Constitution published an article confirming that in early September of 1985, President Reagan had met with his Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a war? Did y'all hear that? This is what was told to the minister on September 17th, 1985, and it was kept hush-hush. It was kept a secret. But 2 years after...
Did you catch that? He got it. He was getting... Brown got information. 1985 was kept a secret. He didn't say nothing. Let's see if I can get it again for you. I don't know if I can do that. Did you get that? Let me see what I can do here.
It occurred in 1987. Now the
love your quarter brothers because the way it's set up, I can't just backtrack on this. 85, he didn't say nothing. He don't say in 89. After this was published. So where did he get information from? That's like a COVID thing, right? It came out in January 9th, 2020, right on time, like supposed to. 16/19, 2019, right on time. And Farrakhan had so-called Savior's Day in February. They came out in January. He didn't mention anything about it, not even close, nothing. And then in July, he knows all about it. And then he said, how come he said it in February? Oh, well, nobody knew about it until March. Lying dog.
Newspapers are coming out saying, oh, it did happen in early September 1985. Now, how could the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan know that this meeting took place? Maybe we're a little ignorant of politics. All praises I do to Allah. I appreciate it, but let me prove the point real quick. Did you know that in February of 1987, the Atlanta Journal and the Atlanta Constitution published an article confirming that in early September of 1985, President Reagan had met with his Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a war? Did y'all hear that? Yes, this is what was told to the minister on September 17th, 1985, and it was kept hush-hush. It was kept a secret. But 2 years after it occurred in 1987, now the newspapers are coming out saying, oh, it did happen in early September 1985. Now, how could the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan know that this meeting took place? Maybe we're a little ignorant of politics. All praises I do to Allah. I appreciate it, but let me. Elijah Muhammad on the wheel. Now, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan followed the instructions of his teacher. And in 1989, he held a press conference in Washington.
Get that? He was told by Elijah in 85, but he doesn't get a press conference in 89. 2 years after the newspaper published it. The fuck they think they're kidding? I mean, these people are sick. But he prophesied that? Why did he wait 4 years? Why did he wait 4 years? And that asshole right there is stupid. That's not stupid over there. That's why I don't want anybody around this message, because make us look like that. This message is profound. It's perfect. I'm not gonna have my message look like this shit here. And it's so obvious. I mean, is that boy on crack? Let me do the numbers again. Farrakhan got this message in 1985 from Elijah personally. Go and get his press conference that this is going to happen. But he don't say nothing until 1989. 2 years after the newspaper make it public. The fuck you think you fucking with here? They got their head so far at Farrakhan's ass that they believe that stuff there is honey, then you can tell you can feed anything. If you believe that shit is honey, then you can feed anything. Now, am I wrong here? It's not saying 85, he got this message from Elijah. How can he say it then? Why he wait to 89, 2 years after the public paper make it public? And he's a prophet? Are you kidding me? That's how dumb, desperate they are, and how dumb that fool is right there. 85, he got his message from Elijah. You think it's Photoshop? Go look at their page today. They talking about it. Go look at their website. 85, he got his message from Elijah. Told him to go. He don't do nothing for 4 years. Nothing until 89. But 87, the public make it public. But now he's revealing something that's already public. He's a goddamn, ooh, you know. Oh, hold on. Hold on, brother, sister. I got somebody, hold on for a minute. Yeah, one minute. Okay, boss, I'm gonna close, but a little bit, a little humor here. You know, I told my wife after we that, I said it was so bad this morning. I said, man, you need Depends to watch this damn thing. So she wanted to start Depends. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Oh, I said, give me some Depends because this broke. I need something for this because this shit is it's off the page. How the hell you get some? He gets the goddamn information at 85. He's told to go and tell the world. He waits to 89. 2 years after the public newspaper wanted to make it public. Yeah, I gotta go, bro, sisters. I think I'm going to need to Depends. I told you, but they went on the page today, and I got more. That's just it got a lot more. Whoa, boy, I tell you. Ooh, man, oh, man.
Elijah Muhammad on the wheel. Now, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan followed the instructions of his teacher. And in 1989, he held a press conference in Washington, D.C., announcing to the world his experience on September 17th, 1985. And in his remarks during that press conference, listen very carefully, he said in his statement, before you would be able to make mockery of me, you would see these wheels over the major cities. And that night, the news published a story along with several articles that were published in Washington, D.C. as well, that over the course of the next 3 days, wheels were seen over the White House. Did y'all hear me?
No, she said the news. He said, what news organization said that? No shit like that ever happened. The news said, what, to get off the internet or something? Bullshit. I told you, I'm going to need those Depends. I told her, I said, I was kidding, but she bought them. I said, this morning, because I was hysterical. I said, how the hell can you watch that? You're going to get cancer, are you going to be incontinent, or you're going to have brain cancer, one or two, or maybe both. Whoa, man. I mean, if like I said, man said, if people buy shit, why not sell it? So if he can get them to leave that shit up Farrakhan's behind his sonny. This is nothing. This is easy. Easy to believe this. This shit make no, I mean, come on. I'm going to close out here, bro. I'm going to finish this one off and close out.
Elijah Muhammad on the wheel. Now, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan followed the instructions of his teacher. And in 1989, he held a press conference in Washington, D.C., announcing to the world his experience on September 17th, 1985. And in his remarks during that press conference, listen very carefully, he said in his statement, "Before you would be able to make mockery of me, you would see these wheels over the major cities." And that night, the news published a story along with several articles that were published in Washington, D.C. as well, that over the course of the next 3 days, wheels were seen over the White House. Did y'all hear me?
I'm gonna leave there, brothers and sisters. Like I said, I can't take much more of this. I can't take much more of this, brothers and sisters. We'll need those pens for sure. That's right, definitely our brothers and sisters. I mean, they're on the page today. I mean, you know, I thought they couldn't get any worse. They proved me wrong. Right? You said they get the bottom of the pit, and they finally go deeper. I'll leave there, brothers and sisters. I'll leave there. Hold on for a second. Let me see what I got here, and I'm gonna close out.
And when we read
Let me play it. Let me play this, brothers and sisters, to show you all this they're talking about. But okay, let's listen.
I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadakuddin and I have had disagreement, but his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.
I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. Anybody need this back of the pen, just send me a text up. I'll send to you. That sound like, see, what they've been saying today? That's what he's been saying. The Messiah. He must be schizophrenic or something, because he. Close out, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.
6. I will send
believe.
49.
When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, brother Millie. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, brother Millie.
Both sides.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right.
We owned buildings. We owned farmland. We were busy doing something, hiring our people. Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass.
He loves America, right? He loves America. We'll save America and everything. We want the worms to eat your ass. Both sides, male and female. Those his followers. We're the worms eat your ass. They don't neglect the fact that he's the one that when the Muslim was alive, he's the one that killed him. And Wallace stole all their assets and everything else and left everybody with nothing. He was alive. You done killed him. You the buzzards. Come back to eat the flesh. And that's what you, but for America, I want to make America good. I love America. But y'all, worms eat y'all ass. Male and female, both sides.